The producers of Tech AV products welcome you to another skills learning aid on the subject of portable power tools. In this program, we shall be demonstrating how to use a portable compound mitre saw of popular make and design. A mitre saw is an off-hand machine designed to produce straight, mitre and bevel crosscuts on timber and aluminium extrusions. Although highly effective, this machine, if operated incorrectly or carelessly, can cause severe injury. It is for this reason that you should become totally familiar with the operation and safe use of this machine. Let us begin then as we look at a typical machine and learn to identify its parts and describe their functions. Please note that other machine makes may differ in specific detail. Always refer to the manufacturer's safety data and operating instructions for precise detail. Material is cut by the saw blade, which is secured to the spindle of a high-speed electric motor. Two types of blades may be used with this machine, one for the cutting of timber and the other for the cutting of aluminium. The motor with the cutting blade is supported on an operating arm. The operating arm is attached to a turn base which is mounted within the base of the machine. A mitre scale provides visual reference as to the angle that will be cut. Both left-hand and right-hand mitre angles between 0 and 45 degrees can be set. Once the mitre angle has been set, the turn base is locked by tightening the handle. By unlocking the arm and swinging it over to the left, bevel angles between 0 and 45 degrees can be produced. The operating arm is sprung in such a way that it will always return to the fully raised position when released. Replaceable kerf boards provide visual reference to the blade cutting position and are used for purposes of aligning a cut. Workpieces are supported upon the base and up against a guide fence, which provides rear support to the workpiece against the rotating force of the saw blade. Set into the guide fence is a movable section called the sub-fence. The sub-fence must be swung over fully to the left in order to provide side clearance whenever it is necessary to set the blade for a bevel cut. Failure to do this could result in serious injury and machine damage due to the blade contacting the sub-fence. For all other operations, the sub-fence must remain in the normal position. Work is secured using the vise supplied with the machine. Side holders, supplied with the machine, are easily attached and provide additional support for workpieces. One of the most notable safety features of the mitre saw is the blade guard. This is a vital safety feature and is designed to offer maximum protection against accidental contact with the saw blade. When in the fully raised position, a locking pin automatically engages and prevents the lever or arm being accidentally pulled down. In order to operate the arm, the operator must make a deliberate action to release the lock. The next safety feature is the stop-start switch lock. In order to operate the motor, the safety lock release button must first be pushed down. The stop-start trigger switch can now be operated. The machine will stop and the switch become locked again as soon as the operator releases the trigger. On this particular machine, the lock release button is removable. This feature prevents unauthorized use of the machine. The following pre-operational checks are considered essential before using the machine. The machine must remain unplugged whilst pre-checks are being made. Begin these checks by ensuring that the machine is placed upon a sturdy and level supporting structure. If supplied, fit and secure any stabilizer plates or brackets. Make sure that the machine is properly secured to the bench or table using bolts or suitable clamps. It is dangerous to operate the unit without securing it. Make sure that the type of blade fitted is suitable for the material to be cut. That is either a wood blade or an aluminium blade. Also check the general condition of the blade for obvious damage. This topic will be explained in more detail later in the program. Next, check the security of the blade upon the motor spindle. Check that the blade runs true when it is turned by hand. Check that the control arm latch operates correctly and that the blade guard also operates properly. Check the operation of the safety lock for the motor on-off switch. Check the power cord and plug for any damage to the insulation and connection points. Check all locking levers and clamping devices for broken or missing levers or knobs or anything that might prevent proper tightening of that component. Test the operation of the turn base and the bevel action. Make sure that each can be locked firmly in any set position. Make a check of all obvious fasteners, noting that they are intact, and, if necessary, secure any that may have become loosened. Finally, check that the guide fence is square to the blade, and that the bevel angles are correct. A full explanation of checking and adjusting these settings will be covered later in the program.